Hey y'all, so today I'm discussing my Article 3 assignment. So basically this article I chose this piece entitled Subtle Tea by Debbie Millman, and it's basically going through all the steps of a rebranding project for Celestial Teas. So it's taking somebody's professional work that they did for Celestial Teas and kind of detailing just the entire process, the brainstorming of the idea in accordance with like some images that are included to also show the different steps in a visual way as well. So basically it started out, this article gave sort of the background information on the brand and what the actual professional project was centered around. So the professional project was basically looking to rebrand Celestial Teas for the current marketplace. So they knew that they had this amazing product, but their brand was looking sort of old and outdated compared to the other teas on the market, and so it's causing their profits and their sales to kind of suffer. And so they hired a graphic design team and a group of marketing researchers to basically detail what they could do better in the future, and how they could rebrand this tea company to basically put them in a more advantageous marketing position. So it basically discusses the goals for the design and different challenges that they face. So one of the challenges was like they didn't have enough money to hire like a new artist, so they had to use like the old artwork still and that kind of thing. So it just discussed various different like sort of goals and benchmarks that they had to hit to finish this project and achieve the desired result. It also summarizes a couple of different consumer research studies. So they did some initial studies to figure out what consumers in the marketplace are looking for in tea packaging, and they did a study in the middle to kind of figure out, okay, so these are our initial designs, kind of rough draft designs, where can we go from here? So they asked consumers about their opinions on the actual rough draft designs, and then they did a final marketing research survey where they basically asked consumers, okay, here's our final design. Obviously it's been in the market for XYZ amount of time. How are you responding to this design? How is like the brand actually being portrayed in the marketplace? So it was just a very informative study on how real life problems are actually solved in regard to design and branding, because it's something that we talk about in my design classes and in my marketing classes, but I've never really seen them combined. So that was exciting. My thing that I found most like relevant about this text is that I am creating a branding package. So a lot of the issues they were having with the brand and the challenges with the brand and like creating text that represents what the brand represents, that kind of thing, those are potential challenges that I could face in my senior project. So I was very excited to find something that was so spot on and so relevant to the specific area that I'm kind of in direction that I'm trying to go for my project. I also really enjoyed, they had like rough draft images of the actual product before it got to like the final computer stages. So these are very like sketched out, hand-drawn, very like relaxed versions of what the final product would be, but it's something that I've done in like my in my design classes for Kim and things like that. And so it was really cool to see that like, okay, actual graphic designers do this, and like this is how their steps correlate to different like parts in the marketing and branding process. And then I also like had never seen visual elements and how those are used to create an informed image. So like how specific visual elements can evoke certain properties. And it was interesting to have those rough draft designs with the text accompanying it to be able to see, okay, so they chose XYZ font for this specific reason, or they chose this specific like packaging color for this specific reason, and correlate that with what the consumers want. And so I just thought it was overall just like a very informative thing to read, and I'm super excited to see how I can potentially like use their strategies for overcoming the challenges in my own design for my capstone, and maybe even send out some preliminary surveys on like how people our age would react to certain festival branding, that kind of thing. So just a very informative article, and I'm excited to use it in the future for my project.